Welcome back, everybody. We welcome you all back here in our YouTube channel for the first live of 2021. Here we are, myself Sukhbir Singh and my partner Chandrasekhar.
Hello,
Shekhar,
everyone.
how excited you are for
Ah,
2021?
oh my God, there's a lot to achieve. There's a lot to achieve, and the more I'm thinking about my goals, the more I'm expanding it right now, working with them right now. There's a lot to do in 2021, a lot, and I'm
Exactly.
so happy about it.
Absolutely. And on this slide, we really want to, first of all, we really want to wish you all a very happy new year, wherever in the world you are. And then we really want you to start paying attention to the very few words that we have on this slides. You know, if you can just look with an inner eye of understanding, 2021, it's a new beginning for your dreams. It doesn't matter whatever has happened in the last year. It makes no difference how the last year has been. It's make no difference how much you were able to achieve. It make no difference how good or bad you was in the last year. What is going to decide your life from this point onward? It's going to be, are you ready for the new beginning? And what I do every year is I do a very small ritual, and I taught that ritual to all my clients, my friends, my team members. Every year we sit down with a great pen and a blank sheet of paper, and we write down the things that we really intend to accomplish within that year. Now, I know some of you may have made resolutions, some of you may have made dreams, but if you really want to manifest them, you have to be committed to your goals. And more than being committed, you must have an idea fixed in your mind that whatever you want to achieve, the resources to achieve that, the ways to achieve that, the means to achieve that, it's all there right now, wherever in the world you are. And today we are going to expand upon this concept when Shaker will be live and he will talk about the law of supply. The law of supply, it is going to teach you why you should believe in the invisible, why you should believe that you can do whatever you want to do. So before we get started, I would really love to give you a small exercise. I want you to write down one thing on a piece of paper that you want more than anything else by the end of this year. It could be a house, it could be an income, or it could be both. Because if you have an income, you will have a house, and house and income, they are like similar. Or it could be like a business position, it could be like a new milestone. It can be anything for you. But really write down that on a piece of paper and write down something that you feel right now it is beyond your wildest imagination, because we don't want you to play safe, we don't want you to play small, we want you to go beyond whatever has ever happened before in your life. Once you have done that, let me know in the chat box. If you're on YouTube, just type in the chat box and let me know whether you have done that or not. If you are here with us on Zoom, just go to the chat box and write that, yes, I am ready with my one thing that I really want to achieve in this year. Perfect. So we have enough people ready, Shaker. Over to you for the law of supply.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Helps.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, we can see now, Shaker. We are all set to
Uh,
go.
yep. Okay, so hello and welcome to the free coaching hour live webinar on YouTube hosted by Human Potential and Growth. This week we are going to talk about the law of supply, episode 65. And let me take you through today's agenda. First, we have an introduction to supply. We're going to have an interactive session in this supply, and we will try to understand what the word supply really means. We're going to have a look at supply from two different angles. Then we are going to have a look at the cycle of the substance of a tree. This is very important for us to understand, because through this example, we will understand that nature always gives us more than what we actually want. And then we will go into the law of supply. We will be looking at the basic principle of the law of supply, a phase of the law of supply called demand and supply. Then the author tells us what happens when we fret and worry, and we are working with the law of supply. We should never do that. We should never fret and worry. Why? We're going to have a look at that. And then the author, Raymond Hollowell, has given a key to the law. And after that, I will leave you with a couple of suggestions on action steps that you need to take right after the webinar gets over. So let's get started. Let's just say that I want to invite a couple of my friends over for dinner next Thursday, right? And I want to cook some continental kind of a meal for them. I want to cook something myself for them. I don't want to order anything from Swiggy or any place else. So I already know a couple of things to cook in continental, but still, to make my friends feel special, I will go and have a look at some information on the internet. Like, I'll type in how to cook a 3-course continental meal on Google, and this is the information that I'm going to receive. Look at those links. The very first link, it gives me 50 popular continental recipes collection, right? That's enough of inspiration right over there, but that's not all. I've got 60 plus 3-course meals ideas. Then I've got a 3-course chicken dinner. I've got so much of information available that I cannot possibly cook all of them for my friends, right? But I get enough of information that if I really need to impress my friends with my continental cooking skills, I can just choose any 3 dishes from all the ideas that I have, and I can cook for them, right? Now, Google is like a primer. It gives me information. Then I head over to YouTube to actually look for the same phrase, how to cook a 3-course continental meal. Over here, I actually see expert chefs, or maybe home-based chefs, who have actually uploaded videos on how to cook a 3-course Italian dinner, a romantic 3-course dinner, vegan 3-course summer menu, how to cook a 3-course meal in one pan. Have a look at that. People are sharing so much of information. Whatever piece of information it is you need to upgrade your skills, it's already available on the internet. Some are available for free, for some you need to pay, but whatever it is, the information is already available. All you have to do is just take this supply, put it into use, and upgrade your skills. So looking at all of these things, I'm quite confident that in 1 week, I'll be able to buy all of these ingredients, come up with 3 dishes, cook them, and if anything goes wrong, I can practice that dish once again. And in 1 week, I'll be ready to entertain my friends with a 3-course continental meal that I myself have cooked. Wouldn't be a thing of pride. And while watching these YouTube videos, if I think that, you know what, my cooking skills, I think I should take it to the next level. I should open up my own YouTube channel. But for that, I need to learn editing. So I've got a laptop. I have a Final Cut Pro, which is an editing software already installed in my laptop. Now, the only thing that I need to do is just go onto Google again and do the same thing. I'll just type in FCP tutorials. FCP is the short form for Final Cut Pro. And again, we see Google is filled with all these articles that serve as primers. It gives me more information on Final Cut Pro. If I've never used Final Cut Pro ever in my life, I'll just read a couple of these articles right over there, and I'll know what Final Cut Pro is about, what are its limitations, what it can do, cannot do, how do I make state-of-the-art video editing right over here. And then after reading this information, all of these articles, I go onto YouTube and I see that expert Final Cut Pro users have uploaded tutorials on YouTube on how to actually upload a video into Final Cut Pro, how to edit it, add modern effects, export it, then upload it on YouTube. I have all the information right over here. I just need to take this information, learn it, and put it into practice. And from entertaining my friends on Thursdays or Saturdays or Sundays, I can go onto YouTube, shoot my own video, edit my own video, and then go on YouTube and make my own channel and share it with the whole world, whatever skill it is that I know of. And maybe from my videos, someone else will be inspired to cook another, continental kind of a meal for their friends. So Whatever skill you need to upgrade, you already have enough, more than enough information available on the internet, whether it is in marketing or business, whether it's in photography, whether 3D animation, whether it's interior design. What interests you, what it is, something really big that you want to do in 2021. You want to scale your business, that's absolutely fine. We're going to have a look at how we're going to use the law of supply to scale our business. But what I'm trying to talk about is, to scale your business, is there's a specific skill that you need to master, or maybe learn it to an intermediate level to actually scale your business, or to actually start a business, whatever it is you're thinking of. So use 2021 to pick up one skill that you really want to master, that you haven't mastered in all these years. You see, there's a Chinese proverb which says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. So whatever it is you have been thinking of doing with respect to your skills, with respect to your business, with respect to anything in your life that will, just make you more expanded than the year before, do that in 2021. It's possible. You're already there. Picture yourself doing it. Be in the vibration that you've already done it. The job's already done. And that's how you start 2021. Now, my question over here is, whatever skill that I need to upgrade, I can go onto YouTube, Google, or any of one of my favorite search engines, and I can get information to upgrade my skill. But my question is, where did the Wright brothers get the information to build an airplane? Where did Thomas Edison get the information to build the first light bulb? Where did Carl Benz get the idea to remove horses from the carriage? And where did Alexander Graham Bell get the idea to invent something which will connect two loved ones, family, friends, or anyone across the globe in just a matter of seconds? Where was this information available? This information wasn't available before these gentlemen invented these great inventions. Well, this information was already there in the formless substance. All the information that you need is 100% evenly present in all spaces at all times. And this is something that these gentlemen understood, maybe consciously, maybe unconsciously, but they worked with the law of supply. These gentlemen that you see on the screen, and many other inventors, innovators, designers, they all work with the law of supply. They know that whatever it is they have designed, the universe has the tools and the resources to complete their design, to build their design. And they work with this faith, and ultimately, they achieve whatever it is that they had already designed. Now, let us look at an example of the cycle of a substance of a tree. And then I'll explain to you why actually we are having a look at this example. Let's say we have an acorn seed, all right? We put this acorn seed in the soil. And we know that if it gets proper water, proper sunlight, it will become an acorn tree. Now, this acorn tree will bring forth leaves in the spring season. And then in the fall, it will shed all the leaves that it brought forth in the spring season. As time will pass by, the tree will decay, it will die. It will go back to the soil from where it grew up. And after its decay, after a couple of years, it will turn into teak and coal. Now, this teak and coal will then be extracted and used as a fuel. This fuel can be used to build fire to keep ourselves warm or to cook our food. And when the fuel is used in the form of fire, it gives out ashes. These ashes are again thrown back into the soil, which makes it more fertile so that it can nourish another acorn seed to bring forth another acorn tree. And the cycle just goes on and on and on. And it has been going on for millions of years, actually. And in this entire cycle, what I want you to notice is that it gives off a lot of gases, heat units, and various chemicals. So nature is giving us all of these things for free. It's not charging us anything. What we have to do is work with the law of thinking, work with the law of supply, the law of attraction, and all the laws of the universe to harness everything that nature is giving us, because nature gives us everything in abundance. There is never a shortage of supply. If you are a true student of the philosophy of the law of attraction, this is something you need to build in your thinking. There is never, ever a short of supply. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go to your favorite search engine and pick up one of these environmental cycles listed on the screen. What I want you to do is just study one of these cycles, just the way we studied the cycle of the substance of a tree, the acorn tree. I want you to study one of these cycles listed on the screen. Why? Because learning about one of these cycles that I mentioned, it will bring about a more deep belief in you that when it comes to nature, when it comes to the universe, it's always infinite. There's never a shortage of supply. The author Raymond Holliwell says, all the supply there ever was, still is, ever shall be, for nothing can ever be wasted or lost. There can never be a shortage in supply. That's the law of supply right over there. There can never be a shortage in supply. That's the law of supply. You need to understand it. So, whatever business model it is you're working on, whatever plans you have to scale your business, whatever plans you have to upgrade your skills, remember one thing: the supply is already there, and there is never a shortage in supply. The only shortage that there is, it is in your thinking, and you need to change your thinking. Now, after laying the foundation, let me get into the law of supply. First, let us understand the basic principle of the law of supply. Raymond Holliwell teaches the basic principle of the law of supply. He says, as we are able to think and to realize more abundance out of what we already have, we shall not only expand our thinking, but receive more abundantly. Now, what does this mean? It means that the basic principle of the law of supply says that we should be grateful for whatever we have right now. Now, let me give you two examples. You might be in a job that you absolutely hate, and you want to go with your own startup. You cannot hate your job in this example. You need to be thankful for your job. No matter how bad it seems, you should be thankful to the job that you have, because this job is going to give you all the things that is necessary to build your startup. If you already have a business that's generating $5,000 in sales, this is just for the sake of example, and you want to scale your business just double, you want to make $10,000 from your business, $10,000 in sales per month instead of $5,000. First thing first, you need to be thankful for running a $5,000 business. That's what you need to do. Be thankful for whatever it is you have right now. You need to realize that you're already working with abundance. You need to hold a picture of whatever it is you want to be, of whatever kind of business you want to run, or the way you want to scale your business. You should work with that picture, but you should never hate, curse, or feel saddened with whatever your current situation is. Right? Whatever situation you are in, give thanks. The attitude of gratitude comes in over here. So when you think and realize more abundance out of what you already have, you will not only expand your thinking, but you will receive more abundantly. You see, the entire reason for studying the law of thinking in the last episode was to expand our thinking, right? Was to order our thinking, discipline our thinking, and make it a constructive thinking. So over here, there is one more thing that you need to add to your thinking with respect to the law of supply, and that is wherever you are and whatever you've got, be thankful for it. Okay? Feel abundant in whatever you have. You will receive abundance in that way. Now, there is a phase of the law called demand and supply. Raymond Holliwell says that all desire is an expression of the will, while to expect good is to demand good, so that both are necessary to attract supply. Therefore, seek to adjust your desire with God's plan, the law, and expect that every good and only good can reach you. Then nothing but good can come. So, going back to the two examples that I gave, one is being in a job that you don't like and you want to have your own startup. Second is already having a business, but you want to have double the sales, right? So, what do you do in this? You need to expect good. The desire to get out of the job and get into a business, the desire to double the scale of your business is the expression of your will. This is the demand and supply phase of the law of supply. Now, what you need to do is you need to expect good from your business. This means that you're demanding good of your business. And in turn, you will attract the supply, which will bring you exactly the kind of business you wanted. Therefore, seek to adjust your desire with God's plan. How do you adjust your desire with God's plan? The law. By expecting that every good and only good can reach you. And then, according to the supply, the law of supply, nothing but good can come. So remember, whatever kind of business it is you're trying to build, whatever kind of skill that it is you're trying to upgrade, always picture yourself as already having that skill, as already running that business. and see only the good picture. You see, you attract what you love, hate, or you regret. So why not attract love? So attract only good for your business, attract good for your staff, attract good for all your partners that are coming into your business. Now, there is a word of caveat given by Raymond Hollywell, and he talks about fret and worry and how we will be working exactly in the opposite manner in applying the law of supply. Now, we do not want to go against the law of supply. We want to be in harmony with the law of supply. So when we are working in harmony with the law of supply, we need to look out for if we are fretting and worrying about anything. Raymond Hollywell says, the thing we dare not do is to fret and worry about our supply or about where our next dollar is going to come from. Fretting and worry tend to restrict and limit the supply at hand. Instead of lifting us out of limitation, instead of improving our conditions or increasing our supply, they drag us deeper into the throes of doubt and fear. Now, the thing we dare not do is what? Worry about where the capital of my business is going to come from. If I'm in a job, I have a regular income coming to me every month. Now, if I want to go with a startup, I need capital, right? So I do not need to worry about the capital. That's the first thing I need to do if I have to work with the law of supply. I cannot say that, my salary is this and that's not enough to start a business. In that way, you will never ever be able to start your business. You must always be in the feeling that you are running that business. You are going and doing your job every day, but you are in the feeling that you are running a business, right? But if you are fretting and worrying where the money is going to come from, you are going against the law of supply. Please try to understand this very important point. Fretting and worrying tend to restrict and limit the supply at hand. The ideas which you were supposed to get to run a business and get out of your job, you will lose that idea. You will never get that idea if you're going to keep on worrying about where the money's going to come from, where the money's going to come from. The money will come, the support will come, the tools will come, the resources will come. Okay, don't worry about where it's going to come from. If you're following the law of supply, it will come, it has to come. So fretting and worrying, they don't lift us out of limitation. Fretting and worrying do not improve our conditions. Fretting and worrying do not increase our supply. So what do they do? Fretting and worrying, they drag us deeper into the throes of doubt and fear. If you drag yourself into the throes of doubt and fear while you're working with your business plan, you will always be anxious because of doubt and fear. How are you going to leave your current job and build your dream startup? How can you, scale your current startup into double sales if you're working with doubt and fear, worrying about where the money is going to come from, where the resources and tools are going to come from, right? So do not fret and worry while working in your business model or your business plan. Okay, working with the law of supply means that I am not going to worry and fret. I'm not going to fret and worry about anything that is regarding supply for me to build my business. All the supply that I need will be given to me. I just need to hold the picture. I just need to be in the vibration that my dream is already done. My job is already done. Now, there's a key to use this law of supply successfully. Raymond Hollowell says, here is the key to the law as Jesus gave it. What things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. I repeat the key. What things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Now, the next time you write your affirmations, the next time you pray, the next time you're in your meditation session, all you need to do is you need to believe that you have already received your startup. You're not in your job any longer. You don't have to hate your job. You love your job. Give thanks for your job. Be in your job, but hold the picture of already running your successful startup. If you already have a business and you want to scale it, build the picture that you have already scaled your business to the point where you want your net profits to be. And that's exactly what you will see in the future. But you need to work with it. You need to believe that you have already received them. You're not going to go and receive them in the future. You have already received them. That is the feeling that you need to tap into and hold on throughout the day and take action in this feeling. Now, here's a quote from the author Raymond Hollywell. He says, our parents who had a horse and buggy consciousness could not attract the new mode of travel until they were able to enlarge their minds to conceive the necessity of the automobile. And the man who put the world on wheels said, if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Now, I want you to comment in the section below what it is that you learn about the law of supply from two of these fine gentlemen. Raymond Hollowell understood the law of supply. Henry Ford understood the law of supply very well. In fact, he is an iconic example on how to use the law of supply. So, what did you learn about the law of supply from two of these quotes? Please comment down in the section below. And now I am going to suggest you a couple of actions that you can take after learning the law of supply, how to put on the law of supply and the law of thinking in your current business situation. First, in this free coaching hour special series, we will be learning about one immutable law of the universe every week. Then we will take a self inventory at where we stand. And today in the law of supply, we learned that we will give thanks for wherever we stand because it is showing us our present ruling mental state. Now, to have all our desires met, we need, I'm really sorry about that, we need to move into a new ruling mental state. So, for that, we need to discipline ourselves. We need to study the law regularly every day. And not only that, we need to apply the law whenever we are thinking about our business. We have to apply. It's like you're thinking about revising your business plan. First, think of the law. The law teaches you how to think. First, you learn how to think according to the laws of the universe, and then you touch your business plan, not before that. I am extremely sorry about what's happening on the screen right now. I don't know why it's happening. And then when you study and apply the laws every day, you have to work with persistence, faith, and patience. And it's only then that you will get into a new ruling desired mental state where you will have everything that it is you ever wanted. Now, the free coaching hour is hosted live every Thursday on YouTube at 8 p.m. IST. And if you are tuning in from outside of India, some of the time of the major cities of the world have been mentioned over here. If you live close by to any one of these cities, join us every Thursday live at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time from anywhere in the world to dedicate 1 hour seriously on your personal development. It's all for free. And study and take action after every webinar. Please study the law. Study the law of supply right after you end this webinar and start taking action. Whatever it is you have been thinking about your business, start applying the law right now. Okay, don't think about, okay, I'm going to start applying the law of supply from tomorrow onwards. No, you read about it right now. If you want to watch this webinar once again, do it again, but apply it right now. Connect with us in the comment section. You got questions, ask your questions. Sukhveer and I will be very happy to reply. And contact us if you require further help, if you need any kind of a coaching. The number is displayed on the screen below. Visit our official website, humanpotentialandgrowth.com, for further information. And thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Sukhveer, for having me over. Please join us again, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, next Thursday, 14th of January. I will be talking about the law of attraction. Thank you, everyone. Sukhveer, over to
Awesome. That
you.
was really, really powerful, Shekhar.
Thank you.
Before we leave, I would love to, like add certain points here because this is something that I really learned from Bob Proctor, when he was explaining that the law of supply, like you was talking about something that is really powerful. Let me just bring on the whiteboard screen right here.
Yeah.
Just a second. All right. Now, I want to share a point right here that everyone must understand, if they really want to apply the law, because as you said very beautifully, you have given them great action step that study and take action. But before we do that, understand one thing that you really have to do and you must have to do. When we were talking about that, we have to really, you know, not to fret and worry. And I really love a phrase right here in this book that I'm going to explain to you. But I want you to think about an example right here about Roger Bannister. I'm not sure how many of you know him, but Roger Bannister run a mile in 4 minutes. And for many years, it was believed that you cannot run a mile in 4 minutes. And even in the Egyptian countries, they may, send a lion or something like that on the behind a person so that he can run faster. But still, people were having so much difficulty even believing that it is possible to run one, mile in 4 minutes. So what is happening right now in your conditioning? You have to understand that. And for that, I want to bring your attention back to our secret genie, that is Stickman. Look at this diagram that we have here at the diagram of mind. And I want you to really get to this idea, because this idea, it is going to add more insight to whatever you have learned so far about the law of supply from Shaker. Right now you all have made certain agreements in your subconscious mind. And most of the agreements that 97% of the whole world's population have made so far, those are the agreements that we cannot have this. We cannot do it. This is for special people. Only they can do it, or only they can do it. I cannot do it. It's for certain people. We all have certain beliefs, certain limitations, and certain agreements that we have made. And one of the biggest and the most, I can say that the destructive agreement we have made is that we don't have money. Whenever anybody start thinking about growing their business big, investing in themselves, or earning a lot of money, or buying certain thing, we have an agreement or a belief that money doesn't grow on trees. And money is just a one medium of supply. It's not just the whole supply. But what I really want you to understand right now, right here, is that cancel out all the agreement that you have made in the past. It doesn't matter whatever that agreement is. That agreement can be, most of the time that agreement is with lack and limitation. You have agreements with, this is not possible for me. I cannot have that amount of money. I cannot have that business going that way. I cannot have this. I cannot have that. That person cannot be attracted towards me. I cannot have that resources. We all have a lots of agreement made right in our mind that really stops us. So what I want you to do so far right now is that understand that you have to make an agreement, and you have to make an agreement with the law. What does that mean? That means you have to start thinking that there is a law of supply. Remember, everything starts right here. First of all, you have to consciously build that idea. And then you have to get emotionally involved with that idea that there is infinite supply. How to do it? Read the law, remind yourself about the great examples that Shaker gave. He talks about Wright brothers, he talked about Edison. And Edison, what a great example. If I have to create a project today, or I have to research something, bang, I will go and open Google. Edison didn't have that when he created that bulb. How he did that? He did it the same way that the power you have right now. And the way is that right now there is an abundance of energy flowing outside, flowing to and through you. Energy is everywhere, and there is an infinite guidance for everyone available exactly in same proportion. But to really take the benefit of that infinite intelligence, to really use that, you got to make an agreement with an idea that it is possible for me. And there are many ways to make an agreement, but the best way is read out that chapter every day. And if you don't have this book right now, I highly recommend all of you go out there, buy the book Working with the Law by Raymond Holliwell, and maybe study the law of supply for a month, maybe for 2 months or 3 months if you have to. Because understand that at the end of the day, it's not how much you know that counts. It's how much information you have integrated to your subconscious mind, how many ideas you have really got emotionally involved with. That's really counts. And make this 2021 a new year for you. Now, when I said a new year for you, I had a special meaning for it. And the special meaning is that make some commitments, not resolutions, not just any ideas, but committed decisions. Because at the end of the day, it's your committed decisions that you will make in this 2021 that will really take you further, that will really move you forward in a great direction where you will end up having everything that you want. But that's all starts with a committed decision. And if you really want more help, reach out to us on our website. Go and check out what we have. Personally, drop me a message if you already have my number. If you don't have it, just find out our page on Facebook, Human Potential and Growth, or you may drop out your mobile number or email in the chat box. We will definitely get back to you. And join us back again in the next week, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Shekhar already talked about the different times if you're in a different time zone, but make an effort to be here every single week. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring your colleagues, bring your employees, bring your business associates, bring your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever it is, bring everybody that you want to bring on this call, because these calls are really going to change your life forever. The name is the free coaching hour, and we are literally coaching you through the process. But that will work for you when you make some committed decision. And we are going to encourage you to make so many decisions in the coming weeks. So, on that note, I once again encourage you, go and buy this book. It is available on Amazon. It may be available on many other websites, but Amazon is the best source. Go there, buy it, and we'll see you next week. Shekhar, thank you so much for being here. And I'm really looking forward to the law of attraction next week.
Thank you for having me over, Sukhveer. And thank you
Perfect. See
to
you.
everyone for tuning in. Thank you
Exactly.
so
There are a lot
much.
of people live on YouTube, and that's
Yeah.
a very good news. So it is going to expand. So let's
Yeah,
keep expanding, and I'll see you next week, Shaker. Thank you so much.
absolutely.
Everybody,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week. Bye bye.